How could anybody believe that this kid could kill anybody? I mean, look at that face. Does that look like the face of a mass murderer to you? Maybe it's all just some cover-up by the government or some secret underground agency that doesn't want anybody to know that they're doing weird human experiments. And they're doing it on convicted criminals, so who would care even if it did leak? Nah, that sounds ridiculous. Forget I said anything. Hi y'all, I'm Fallen Ninja and welcome to Animation Nation, where today we're going to be talking about Deadman Wonderland, which was made in 2011. This one is quite a wild ride, and it is considered a horror anime, and with good reason, so I'm going to try to keep as much blood out of this one as I possibly can. But I can't make any promises. There's a lot. Anyway, let's get into it. Ganta Igarashi is voiced by Greg Ayers, who's the voice of Kenta Nakamura in Initial D. Ganta is really shy. He doesn't have a lot of friends. It's hard for him to make friends. Shiro is voiced by Monica Rial, who's the voice of Dante in Full Metal Alchemist. Shiro is mysterious and sweet, but she also has lots of secrets, and she can be very scary. Crow, Kiyomasa Senji, is voiced by Patrick Seitz, who's the voice of Luke Valentine in Hellsing Ultimate. Crow is a strong, mostly silent type. He helps Ganta out a lot, especially the first time that they meet. Al, Nagi, is voiced by J. Michael Tatum, who is the voice of Scar in Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Nagi is really kind, another one of those people who is very helpful to Ganta. Mockingbird, or Todo Sakigami, is voiced by Ryan Reynolds, who is the voice of Tai Cheese in Zero Man. Mockingbird is a little strange. By a little, I mean a lot, but he's also very strong. Yo Takami is voiced by Aaron Dismuke, who is the voice of Alphonse Elric in Full Metal Alchemist. Yo is the first friend that Ganta made, and he's only in there because of his sister. But he also has sticky fingers, so that doesn't necessarily help either. Now for the plot. This is going to be a wild ride. Ganta is framed for the death of all of his classmates and sent to a special prison called Deadman Wonderland. This is one of the parts of the show that doesn't really make sense. It kind of does in a way, because Ganta is literally the only survivor out of a class of somewhere between 20 to 30 students who isn't dead. So it looks kind of suspicious, but whatever. In this prison, they have to compete in deadly games to earn candy. The candy is the antidote to the poison that everybody's injected with that would kill them in 3 days. So basically, in order to survive, you have to compete in games that can kill you. This is a spectator sport. People come to watch people who are essentially on death row get killed. It's basically the Coliseum. This is another part that also gets really complicated. There is an underground combat ring called Carnival Corpse for those that can use their blood as a weapon. I don't know exactly how this happens. That's a lot of really complicated stuff we don't have the time nor the means to dig into. The show wasn't very popular, so it left us with many more questions and answers after only 12 episodes and 1 OVA. And the OVA was just about Crow's life before Deadman Wonderland, so that doesn't really help us either. But this show was really popular in the US, so much so that when Adult Swim announced its revival of Toonami as an anime-only time block, Funimation and Williams Street struck a deal to give Deadman Wonderland a premiere-only run, so all 12 episodes. Well, by the second week, the series ratings were so high that they rivaled those of Bleach's. I might do another episode about fan theories, or I might just read it and come back, because I did really like this show and I want to explore it in more depth. I like violence. Anyway, the animation for this show is pretty standard. It has large facial features that are good for showing expression, and the same style as, well, I'm not going to generalize and say all anime, but all the anime for its time, since anime throughout time has changed just a little bit. What really sets the animation for this one apart from other animes is that it is a horror anime, which means that whenever they were coloring it, they used a bunch of darker, more neutral colors to kind of give it that overall tone. Not only are the backgrounds in these shows dark, but a lot of the characters clothes, and accessories are about the same colors that can be found in the background. So most of the time with these shows, the characters don't really stand out. I should probably go watch something happier and less complicated now. Like Parasite, the Maxim.
Well, what are you waiting for? It's time to transfer. Once we inhabit the same host, we'll both become more powerful. What's the matter? It's simple. Kill your human and relocate over here.
This was a good decision. So, tell me what you think of Deadman Wonderland down in the comments below. And if you have any suggestions for future videos, you can go ahead and leave those there too. And I will catch y'all on the flip side.